Hello, good evening, and welcome back. Trump 2020. US election 2020 from the BBC. Instead of general election 2019, Obama issues warning to revolutionary Democrats. So we all know that the Democrats have gone off the deep end. They are pandering to their vocal minority, who are radical leftist communists, if you will, that they wish to seize your guns, universal basic income, they wish to get socialized healthcare and all that, and they wish to incorporate all this in as well, while also giving reparations and quotas to people who they favour, basically. They don't really care about the history concerning reparations, for example. It isn't if you track back to slavery. No, it's just if you're black. It's like, oh, but what if your black ancestors owned slaves, like command houses, for example? No, it doesn't matter. If you're a successful black person, no, it doesn't matter. You're getting money. You're an unsuccessful white person. Doesn't matter. You're paying for it. What if your ancestors didn't turn slaves? Doesn't matter. You're still paying for it if you're white. So it's these kind of things that have forced Barack Obama to come out and say. He's saying that he's cautioning the Democrats against policies that are not rooted in reality, which is a damning blow. If Barack Obama, of all people, says that your policies are not rooted in reality. Yes, he might be a good orator, but what did he actually do for the country? Well, fuck all. If anything, he just created further tension. And as far as I'm concerned, that's what's behind all the Black Pride movements, for example. It's just divisive politics. The idea is us and them. It's to basically say, hey, vote for us because those people are the bad people. And then to try and create a tiny enemy that doesn't really exist in order to get a huge mass of people on your side against the common enemy, until of course that boogeyman is wiped out, in which case you then have a new one, in which case they do try and create a boogeyman and something that isn't real, or something that is so minuscule you can't really see if you've had an effect, and it doesn't matter. An example of this, which was an issue of course, is in the Second World War, with the Allies teaming up against Hitler, Nazi Germany, and also teaming up with Uncle Joe, the communists. So then after Hitler was defeated, they then had to say, yes, communism is also bad. You know those people that we just said were good and on our side? Yes, we're now fighting them, and the world will end if either of us loses. Which was, of course, a bitter pill to swallow. But, reading on, Obama said Democrats risked alienating voters if they lurched too far to the left politically. The former president, speaking at a fundraising event, said most voters didn't want to tear down the system. Seems somebody finally understands some sort of sense. Of course, being rooted in leftist ideology, it's really going to be tear down the system in order to create a bigger one, because they want bigger government. They don't want you to be able to decide anything for yourself. They want to make all the decisions for you, because hey, when people aren't checked, they become corrupted, and when you get big companies, they just take advantage of people. So would you like to follow that thought through to its logical conclusion when you have a big government? Because that cannot be checked, and that is people with unlimited power and the monopoly on force, in which case, sure, you might have a company that becomes corrupt and therefore it's not making money. The owner is taking the money, and it sucks for the employees who then have to find a new job. But it isn't like the government who then decides, oh, you're going to prison, oh, you're not getting the healthcare you need, oh, you're not going to get paid, anything like that. You know, you're not deserving of money or speech or the right to bear arms, any basic freedoms that your God-given rights, if you will, rights that cannot be given to you but it can only be taken away. Things like that. They say the field is crowded, with 18 Democrats vying for the nomination to take on Republican President Donald Trump in the 2020 election. Yes, but it's basically between Warren and Biden. Biden's been the front runner since the beginning. Warren hit a hard peak after Biden's eye started bleeding, and Warren's taken a hit again. And of course, Democrats have realised you can't let Tulsi Gabbard near your politicians because she will destroy them, like she did with Kamala Harris. So good on her. Even if I disagree with Tulsi Gabbard politically, at least she seems to be more authentic and actually have principles to stand by, and she's not a corporate donation receiver like Warren, who's of course took the money before getting into the race, and then is trying to pretend that she's actually a grassroots movement like Bernie, who's too old and is probably going to drop dead during the campaign. But hey, maybe that'll happen to Biden as well. They both have health problems. It's not good for the optics. I mean, Biden having Sanders having a heart attack, was it, angina, heart problems, and so What do you say about people who are concerned about your health, Bernie? It's like, oh, we're going to be having a bigger rally next week, and everybody should come. Well, that doesn't really help. You're not really answering those questions there. They say the front runners are Joe Biden, Elizabeth Warren, and Bernie Sanders, and Pete Buttigieg, who's possibly got the best bet of actually bringing together the most amount of people. Because the problem with running so far left for your base and then trying to run back towards the centre in this day of age is that people can still see what you're saying. It isn't a thing of having a quiet event that nobody else knows about and just pandering to those people and then trying to keep their support later on. No, because now everybody can see what you're saying to that particular group and will decide that they don't want to be with you. So let's say you do get the nomination by running so far left. At that point, you're going to lose in the actual election, because you're going to lose all this interest in the swing voters, maybe even some of the Democrats who would have voted for you originally. But here they'd go, oh, we're going to go with the incumbent power, seeing as Donald Trump is doing a great job for the country. And all this fake news has really lost its impetus now, and people know that you're lying. So Obama's warning, even if he did, I think is going to be too little too late, where they've already gone too far, as I say, with gun confiscation, universal basic income, socialised healthcare and reparations and quotas. That toxic combination of five, you're not going to get anywhere. So Obama did not mention any candidate by name nor criticise any specific policy proposal, because they're all pretty shit. Instead, he used the appearance to urge Democrats to pay some attention to voters on issues such as healthcare and immigration. Immigration is another one, of course. But not only did they want that universal healthcare, even for trans people to get abortions, okay, but also they want open borders, so to say, yes, we want free healthcare to illegal immigrants. So, who here wants to lose the election? Oh, it's you two as well. Okay, very good, very good. These voters, Obama said, did not necessarily have the same views as what he called certain left-leaning Twitter feeds or the activist wing of our party. Exactly, it's the vocal minority you keep pandering to, and it's the problem with scale, as Tim Pool points out, that if you have 1% of your product catching fire, your phone catches fire 1% of the time, you sell 100, 1%, yeah, who cares? But you sell 1 million, and now it's 10,000, just 10,000 on its own, that looks terrible. In that case, you've got a huge optic scare. So, I'm glad he's addressing it, because at least he is someone from the left, and he did indeed succeed for 2 terms in office, so well done to him for playing the system well, and at least hopefully people understand that you shouldn't be listening to this vocal minority who are just trying to destroy your country. They say the comments, which come less than 4 months before the Democratic primaries, represent one of Obama's most pointed interventions in the race so far, so well done. They may be seen as a critique of Senators Sanders and Warren, widely seen as 2 of the most left-wing candidates in the field. Yes, who both called for far-reaching political and economic change, including policies that would end private health insurance and decriminalise illegal border crossings. And of course, free healthcare for illegal immigrants. Obama said the country was less revolutionary than it is interested in improvement. Well, precisely. That's why Donald Trump is improving it well, and it's going to keep going. Even as we push the envelope and we are bold in our vision, we also have to be rooted in reality. He said, reportedly attended by wealthy liberal donors. And that's with Creepy Joe, Joe Biden the sniffer, yes. So that's how they go on to close and say who's the front runners and all that. But yes, it's good to know that somebody who's as high standing as Barack Obama has even decided to speak out and say, well, hang on guys, you're getting a little bit carried away here. How about we play a bit more sensible and we're not so radical, because to be honest, nobody really wants it to happen, and you're just going to alienate voters by doing so. So good on him. Let's hope this is heeded, because then we might be able to have a more robust election and debates, and Donald Trump's proposals and implementation can be stronger and better, and it will help the people of the country to actually be able to think about things more clearly, instead of it being so obvious that Donald Trump's going to win 2020. But either way, he definitely will. Biden will get the domination, unless they pull it out their arse again so that the white man can't get it, and it has to be Warren. It's got to be the white woman who's won 1024th Cherokee. Yeah, brilliant. That DNA test was a failure. But as always, let me know what you guys think down below. Is it too little, too late from Obama? Is it good advice, or should he just be ignored because he's now old hat and they've moved too far left that he's irrelevant anymore, and the Overton window is shifting without him? Let me know. Always intrigued to hear what you guys have to say, so please do comment that down below. Like, share this video around, and do subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Have a good one.